The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Here we go. Watch right there. Watch right there. Here we go. I got it. I got it. I got it.
And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Throwing now is Rodgers. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I know you felt that one.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Hey, Charlie. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Ricky. Hey, Mike 50. Hey, Mike. Mike 50. Pick it up.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Off the edge, the sack by Taeman01's. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken. Down.
Complete to Deebo Samuel. It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, 49ers.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Alert three. Hey, alert. Use your quarter.
Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 39. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
80 weapons, 26. Hey, Alpha.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to take a shot, and it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Troy Apke. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
At the 42-yard line.
58. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Not here.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
18. 56. Squeeze, double.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. There's Garoppolo to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. The tackle there by Richard Sherman. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. 180. 51 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he's got room. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
18 on the play. And the 49er 1st down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180. Come on. Time it right.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. 21. I'm coming. And go like 21.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Redskins' 15-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
11. Hey, gun. Hey, my 7. 11. 20, Mike 20. Who that?
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
You better be afraid.
Here's Rodgers. Gets it to Strong. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On second down, it's Jones.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
To throw on third down, Rodgers, and that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This fielded at the 2. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 79 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big play ability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike. Bravo. Now, come on now, come on now. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Let's go, defense.
Now it's Rodgers. That's caught by Trey Quinn. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
58, 54, 54. Here we go, here we go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He's got the completion to Strong. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
the offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Rodgers to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
You got 3 down. Inside. Mike's 50.
On first down, Rodgers. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rodgers to throw once more. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. And it's 3rd and short.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Rodgers again now. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Here's Coleman. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Here we go. 180. Hey, we got a seal. 14, 13.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
And it's third down.
Here we go. 180. White. Hey, defense, let's go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
It's Coleman here, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers running the option right. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Rodgers now to throw. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
54. Quit talking about it and bring it. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
To throw is Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Jordan Reed has it. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Rodgers operating from the gun. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Now they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, take 26.
Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. Caught on the right side, Reed. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Get in the weight room! Get hot!
On 1st down, it's Coleman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Taken down by Reuben Foster. A 3-yard gain on the play.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Man, that's trash. That's trash. 21. Here's
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. D Ford. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Win 18. Check. Watch 54. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Hey, watch that.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 6! Hey, we got a seal.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Check! Check 52. 65, 65. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Say hi.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get
Yeah,
deep.
that wasn't the first option.
No, not he came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Now Garoppolo. The quick slant caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens...
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Niners 41, Redskins 10.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check 3, check 3.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll make it 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Jay Gruden's guys unable to convert on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
8 yards on the pickup.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check 37.
Again, it's Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off near his own 48. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And it's caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no. There was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
This will be taken short. And an alley to run.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
21.
Garoppolo looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.